Good morning, traders. This is Coach Alex, Freedom Trading Club. We have kind of a choppy morning. Today, earnings are going to be the big issue. 33% of all stocks are on the S&P are reporting this week. So the market's trying to find some support. We are looking to buy good-sized pullbacks. We've taken 3 short scalps already this morning. We went short here. We went long on the reversal, and then we went short over here, and our last target is sitting there at 195, but we'll wait for the open. Remember, 6 minutes. We give the market 6 minutes after the open to determine what it wants to do. We're glad you joined us. We hope you'll subscribe, sign up, try the room out for a few days, and then take a course and try to make some money. Hey guys, we should be opening in 2.5 minutes. So what do we do for the first 6 minutes? Sit on our hands, gamble, yeah. Don't be surprised to see them push the market down, right? Down, and then try to buy it up. So we've had the move up, right? Here's, again, just the numbers for you guys. That's just what happened. These are the numbers. Support, big support, 33,020. Resistance, 33,495. Here's the big thing, the volatility. We should get another 165-point move in the market between now and 4 o'clock. Probably 2 of them. So let's take advantage of it. I know it's tiring now. The market hasn't done anything, but certainly after the open, we should start getting more volatility. That's why we want to stand aside for the first few minutes, right? And see where the buyers are, where the sellers are, and then we'll trade accordingly. Any questions? Coach Dan started breakfast at 3 a.m. 30 seconds. We're open for business. Let's have a good day, guys. Two out of three of the trends are up this morning. We are open for business. It's a selling zone we were talking about earlier. They do have sell limits, sell orders up there, buy orders all the way down there. So we think the market may push down in order to create buyers at better levels, right? So we'll wait for the first push down and then look to buy and let 6 minutes go by. First, get up to that 260 area. Nice, Coach Dan. Yeah, Coach Dan is long, trying to get into that 260 area. Nice. And then we wait for low stochastics, the pullback, the inevitable pullback. It always looks like you'll never get your opportunity, right? It'll never give me a pullback. So I might as well jump in now. And remember, that's what people do. They panic and then they're sorry about it later. Excuse me. Sneezed all over the screen. No, I'm only kidding. Job, Coach Dan. The rest of you, remember, smaller accounts, buy on low stochastics, sell on high. Don't do anything unless you see low stochastics. Bigger traders, obviously, can be long right now. Who else is long? Who else is long? All right, Green Jeans. I'll tell you what, Green Jeans. Try for 340. Try for 340 as your final target before this thing starts coming down. Yeah. So I'm just measuring the move on some of these swings here, like what we had before. This takes into account all of that kind of uh, swing. In other words, the low right now is 197, right, guys? 197. 362 would be the absolute high that this thing can go because that's the volatility. Good job, Coach Dan. In other words, what's the objective? Final objective here on this one, 362. 362 comes from the 197 low. Everybody see that? We had a 165 volatility. All right. So if anybody's still long, that would be your ultimate upside goal. The rest of you, just wait that 6 minutes out, wait for the big pullback. You will get it. Where'd you get out? 344? Green jeans? 344? 343. Not bad. Good job. Good job, coach. Now watch this pullback here. Watch the pullback. Watch your ticks come in. Another couple of minutes. Be patient. some buy orders right in that zone. If it comes back down, we've got an M that could run some stops at 310. Okay, 6 minutes are up. Everyone's free to trade. Market has found good support. Trend is up. All three elements of the trend are up. So we buy pullbacks, right? Everybody's green so far, right? From the morning trading. All right. Let's keep it that way. Don't go in until you see a sell-off. That means these stochastics have to be 20 or below and hook up. Same thing with the 2 minute, 1 minute chart. We have to get that pullback. Okay? If you don't get it, don't trade. That's all. We've already had 3 trades. Might as well wait for the good fourth one. All right, the profit taking come in. We buy the pullback. Everybody ready? What do you want? About a 60, 70 point pullback? How many points pullback would be good? Well, how about 80? 80 point pullback? You want a little more than a 30 point pullback, right? 30 points is the average stop. So you want somebody here at the 340 level, right? Around the 310 level, they're getting stopped out. Anybody who bought up here would be getting stopped out if they start buying, if it goes through this level here, 310, right? They'd have a 30-point stop and be disappointed. And they said, oh, why didn't I wait? So you let them get stopped out. Let them get stopped out. And there they go. Getting stopped out. Isn't that sad? Happens all the time. You'll see. Watch the ticks will come down. Market will come in. They're all getting stopped out now. Don't join them. Wait for the pullback and then you go long. Wait until the buyers decide to come in. Now we said maybe 70 points. Let it get oversold. How about R1, right? 280, 265. There's plenty of chances to go long. Don't get excited. As soon as you see the hook, take the trade. Still overbought on the 1 minute chart, right? Still overbought, right? First touch rule is 267. Will it come down there? Maybe. Relax, relax, relax. Ready to go? Always does this, right? On target, right, guys? There's your pullbacks. Good job, Coach Dan. Yeah, you could take advantage on the little M. Little M. Nice. Look at those low ticks. Be patient. It's the hook. There's your hook. First entry, you can go long one and then try to get an additional pullback. If you can get an additional pullback toward like 250, that's fine. If you can't, just take what you have and get your first target and trail your stops. Okay? When we come to that 250 level, nice little pullback. 1 minute's coming down nicely. For those waiting for your 1 minute, wait for this stochastic to cross. If you bought at 250, your first target is 268. Try to get about 18 points. Buy long, light long, start taking profits and then bring your stop up. Capiche? 268, first target. There you go. Bring your stop up. Bring the stop up. That's the important thing. You don't want to give up your profits. 18 points on the first one. Good thing you put that stop in and break even, right? Everybody do that? Break even stop. Flat on the break even stop. If you didn't put a stop in, now you're, I'm in trouble. Went down like 50 points. We've got reports coming out now. You should be flat anyway. Everybody flat now, right? The 245, the 240, the 945 report, kind of bearish. Hey, wait till you're still in an uptrend. If we get a hook past this 229, it's another buy signal, guys. The trend is still up, even though we've had a good sized pullback. Okay. So you'll get one more shot on the upside after the stops are hit. Okay. Trend is still up. Don't be afraid of it. There's the buy signal. Takes them off. 229. Everybody get some of that. Be fast. Next little resistance is 256. Good job, Sharon. 256 is your next resistance. We had some buy orders down here earlier anyway. If you recall, we put that down there. Aren't you glad you waited 6 minutes? It's happening before I even get a chance here. If you didn't go flat already, do it on this push up. 256. If you didn't go flat already, do it on this push up. 33, 256, okay? Capiche? Trend is still up. Don't be afraid to step in. If you didn't get out now as it comes up. There you go. Boom. Everybody got it? 256. Did everybody get it? All right, let's take a rest. We're 5 for 5 this morning, and it was pretty choppy. Everybody flat? Is everybody flat? Good. Just relax now. Let's see what's going to happen. I mean, we're still up 150 points. On the other hand, that was a pretty nasty sell-off from the highs. But the daily, remember, is in a downtrend. So unlike yesterday, they pushed it up first so they can sell, which is what we were talking about today, right? Pushing it up so they can sell and then push it down so they could buy. So they're really just expanding the range. And 20 minutes of trading, it seems like an hour. So the volatility has gotten a little too high right now, right? The volatility is a little too high right now. So I would give it a rest. And again, this is our buy area, which was really defined nicely. Remember, we said if we get down to what? That 197 area, that was a buy area, correct? We said that earlier. So if you waited, Randy, were you able to catch the buy signal? And be patient. Were you patient, Mr. Randy? Buying around 197. Good job. Randy got it. If Randy can do it, you guys can do it. Okay, guys. Right now, I let the market stabilize. We still have an uptrend. The next buying area that we have is really down right here. Selling area is right up there. It's a pretty big range. If I get an update, I'll let you know, but it's still in an uptrend. Ready to break out of this congestion area. It's a little too volatile right now. Now, what was the high? 33,347, right? Where should it go down to give a buy signal? Anyone know? Who wants to predict the low? $33, 182. Well, let's see. Let's see if you guys got it right. Here's the high, 47, right? We do this every day. What did we sort of guess this morning? Well, try it this way, VAI. The high is what? By 33, 347, right? Do you see that right there? Okay, what's the volatility number for today? This is how we do it, guys. Pay attention, those on what's that place again? Not Facebook, YouTube. We're broadcasting this live anyway. Okay, the volatility is 165. So remember what we said. We expect a swing point up and down. Yeah, you face of 165 points. So let's subtract 165 from 347. And what do you get? 182. Let's see how close you got to that pullback. Didn't quite get there because the trend is up, but there's your predicted low. Isn't that cool? Look how much it got near there. And all you had to do is scale down buy into that support. Now, did you get them all off? No, you couldn't get them all off because it didn't go down that far. But what are you going to sit there? Sit at 182. I did have a bid at 182. I missed it. Why? Because it started to go up before I got in there. So all of you should have been able to buy between 227 and 182, right? Between here, we said go long around 227, right? So you should have been able to buy the pullback into there, and now you're enjoying the run up. Yeah. But you got some of it, right? Everybody got some of this pullback, right? Bill, did you get it? Bill N? I know you couldn't get 182, but hopefully you got some of it. That's because it's an uptrend. Any questions? That's how you decide where you put your limit order to buy. So you would start and go, okay. So even before it comes down, you'd go, and Randy said even, yeah, are we waiting for the pullback? And I said, yeah. So we put a bid in at 182. Comes down. We're patient, patient. It's coming down. Almost got there, and then it gives you a buy signal. So you got to jump in here. So everybody gets trapped short in an uptrend, and then the market rallies. Isn't that cool? That's what happens. Yep. Very welcome. Sharon, you saw that, right? How we do that? Beautiful buy signal, right? It's all you have to do every morning. Do that, and you'll know the same thing that the institutions know. Now, obviously, the big boys can just keep buying; they don't care. And then, I mean, let's face it: if you started buying at 9:36, it went down for an additional 8 minutes. Oh, I can't stand to hold something to go down 8 minutes. Anyone's still long right now. He went flat at 257. I loaded the boat. Good job, Charles. Green jeans, Charles. And just trail it. Love to see it. Nice, AJ. I mean, you don't have to get out. I got out. Again, this was my fifth trade. My philosophy is I don't like to trade more than 5 times. Good job, Mark. Now, was that a little too cautious? Yes. But as you will understand, people, I am a cautious trader. Just because I'm the coach doesn't mean I'm a gunslinger. You guys risk more than I do every single day. Bill N., are you still long? This was a beautiful pullback. Randy, are you still long? They might be done for the day already. No? All right. Well, where did you get out at 257? That's no problem, guys. You have your targets, you get out, and you're done for the morning. Red, actually. Oh, wow. So, in other words, you didn't go buy it like we were banging the drum on it. You went short. Yeah. Didn't listen. All right. Well, if you put your bid in at 182, it never even filled it. So how could you go long? I mean, how could you lose money? I'm trying to figure that out. You put your bid in. You knew the volatility, right? Or no, you didn't know it, didn't look, or didn't care. Did you know the volatility number? Long at 276. All right. Why did you? Okay, great. Why didn't you add at one? Did you try to add? Do you know the volatility number? Is my question. Number one. Okay. Did you put a bid in one volatility level below it? We've been doing this, guys, for 10 years. did you put a bid in at 182? It never hit there. So how could you? Don't you want it to come down to 182 so you can get long? Yeah, but there's no news. The news couldn't drop it to one, even you. What are you listening? What was the news? Do you know what? Who knows what the news was? I don't even know what the news was. Stop listening to news. The trend was what? Yeah, but what was it? I mean, what told you about the news? Get out, take a loss. When grandma was buying. All right, write down in big red letters on your notebook, no more emotional trading. Start with a plan and stick with it until 4 p.m. Good job, Paul. If Paul could do it, if Coach can do it, if Bill can do it, Shifu can do it, Vi can do it, Wise Trade can do it. You could do it, Randy. They know these numbers. We do them every single day. So just try it one day. Just put your bid in and let's see if you get it. You shouldn't lose. The worst case scenario is you miss the trade. But here you're doing exactly what we took advantage of. In other words, you're in this room, right? And we'd say, don't act like a newbie because the newbies give us the money. You go, well, I'm going to go act like a newbie. At least if you bought the pullback, right? And it went down 30 points, then you take your loss. If you bought at 182 and it went to 152, yeah, then you get out. You say, hey, look, I went long. Now 30 points isn't too bad, but then after you got stopped out, how come you didn't buy again the 229 stop that we said? Right? So you got 270, you get out at what? 240. No problem. You got in too soon. I don't mind that. You were anxious. But then when we had the buy signal on the W, why didn't you take that? That it's the second trade that you didn't take, that's the emotional one. The first trade, good, you bought a pullback. Yeah. Got to go with the, you see, you weren't aware. I guarantee you didn't draw there. If you went long at 230, your job then, which now we're coming down, now you'll have a big M and turn the 15-minute down. But if you, and even there, 182 is still in play. 182 is still in play. But once you went long at 230, you still got to look at this. That's why I say, come here for a week. By the way, if you came here for a week, what do you think I would be doing? If you were here today, what do you think I'd do after you got long at 270? I'd say, all right, it's a micro mini. Just freaking stay with it. Put a bid in at 182. You go, that's 100 points lower. I say, yeah, but it's $50. Can you afford $50? You'd be in my office here paying me $10,000. You'd be able to afford $50 on a trade, right? If you could get in an airplane, get gas or drive or whatever, you should be able to afford a $50 risk. That's a 100-point stop. So, right? And I'm telling you to buy at 182. And it doesn't go. And now it starts up. And it's all right, add to it. Where would you add to it? At 230. So think about it. You went in at 276, you add at 230. Where's your average cost? Now you're going to learn a little bit more about that's how we trade professionally. And today you'd be nice and green and you have learned a lesson instead of now all you've learned is, boy, when you trade, everybody loses. There's the difference. So I'm saying, why not learn how to trade and instead of keep throwing dice? You're throwing dice at the market and you have no idea what you're doing because you don't want to pay for education. That's like somebody who says, I'd like to be a brain surgeon, but until I earn enough money, I'm going to be clean out sewers for a living. Well, guess what? You'll never get to medical school that way because not that you're not a sewer cleaner isn't smart. You could be smart. The dirty jobs guy, right? He does well, but your hands are going to be too dirty to be a brain surgeon. And you get the McGuire. That's you might if if you lose money, you could stay at McGuire's. And I said, don't worry, I'll be back at 4 or 3 because we're in the central time zone in Florida. Here's an education for somebody. Do you know that Florida has a central time zone? There you go. Look at that. You got another, right? You got another test of support here at 215. And these low ticks, Randy, go long, go long, go long, Randy. Grab your 30 points back. Hmm. Okay, your next target is 288. Sell one at 288. Put an order in right now. 288. Boom. Take one off. And there's 298. 30 points. There you go. Now go away and go to McGuire's. There's your 30 points back. All right? Happy now? Get out of here. Next. Next guy is red. Step on. We'll make you green. It'll be green as St. Paddy's Day. Get right up here. Get right up. Who took that long besides Randy? Who took that long? There you go. Green jeans. He's already green. Holy cow. And Sharon got green. Very good. Now all of you get out of here and leave me alone. The tape was good at that trade. That's why I did that. My goodness. Hey, I've got a good brogue. I got to work on that. All right, guys. Trail your stop. I'm flat. I just went flat. 302. I went flat. All right. I got to kick out the YouTubers before they make money and we don't get paid. I got to get paid. Hey, you YouTubers, you're freeloaders. Get out of here. All right. Seriously, people, the trend is always your friend, but it can be volatile. The trend be your friend, but it can, good job, Sharon, but it can be volatile. So you still have to have a little bit bigger picture on this, all right? So it's not just about scalping longs and shorts, longs and shorts. Find out before you put a trade on what's your plan? Where would the market have to go for you to get negative? Well, number one, what's the first thing that has to happen? Momentum has to go down, right? All right. So let's see. Since 9:30, since 9 o'clock, when did the momentum go down? When did momentum go down? Somebody tell me. At what time did momentum go down? It's a trick question. When did momentum turn down? Oh, I can't wait. At 10? I got one in my web. Gee win. Greg's got the I can't. Grant G Win says never. Lactic acid said at 10 o'clock. Lactic acid said at this time the momentum turned down. It was 10 o'clock. He said the momentum turned down then. No, I mean since like 9 o'clock here, since the open around here. Anybody else? Come on, don't be afraid. Step right up. Step right up. Yeah, 9:47. Never, guys. Never. Why? The 89 exponential never went below this green line. Just look at the chart. First of all, you got to know what momentum is. Momentum is these two moving averages, right? Everybody knows that. It never crossed. Now you talk about YM again. When we don't have that on the list, YM is a different animal, isn't it? Ah, it's your YM. But then it crossed back over. It is, let's put it this way, guys. It is not easy to trade this kind of volatility. So you definitely have to look at when you go long, this has to be crossing and coming up. If you go short, it has to be going down. But so if you want to look at it with lactic acid's comment, lactic, if you were following the YM, it turned down at 946. You see that right there? Lactic. If you had the YM on your chart, yes, it did turn down, but it turned down at 946. Okay? This is what we have on the chart, the MYM. And Randy, you were trading MYMs, right? So yeah, you got to go by this chart. Don't go by the other one. I know it's crazy. You'd say, wait a minute, wait a minute. And both of them were still in uptrends, right? The YM and the MYM, which is the same thing, it's just smaller contract size, are both in uptrends. The good news about the MYM, it's only 50 cents a tick. All right. All right. Anybody who's following us knows that we're open all day. We give a test after trades, usually, a little verbal test to see if people understand the principles that we use when we trade. Anyway, subscribe to our channel, but better yet, take advantage of a different way of trading. We are not your run of the mill trading guru, just calls out buys and sells. We give you these numbers before the market opens. So we will see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel. Better yet, take a 3-day free trial. Go on the website and click for the 3-day free trial. Okay? And then after 3 days, when you prove it to yourself, sign up for at least a month. If you can't make more money than you've ever done before, then don't continue. But we've had people in for over 10 years. Thanks, guys.